Hey Paul, how are you doing? This is Christian down here in Santiago, Chile. Hi, new guy here. Glad to meet you. I'm jumping into your 50 subs contest. Last time I was checking, you were way past over 130, I think. You were reaching a big number of new subscribers with this contest. I know you are a fairly new channel to the VC, so but you have been making comments for a long time. So welcome to this part of the of the BC to the cool part of the BC. You have a very simple and interesting contest. First of all, show a green album, and then give five shout outs to another lesser known small channels or newer channels that you would like to give a shout out. So I'm going to start showing not just one, but three things I have in my collection that are green: one cassette, one CD, and one record. This one, first of all, it's a very old tape from back in the day. I think this one, yes, this one was from my brother's collection. I inherited his collection when he had to move out of Chile. So this is a very old Chilean cassette of Queen news of the world. Sorry, as you can see, everything is in. I don't know if you can see. It's in Spanish. It says "Noticias del Mundo" instead of "News of the World." Of course, the classic artwork and a very simple J card, and everything is written in Spanish. This in Spanish. Below it's in English. So this one is from, I think this is an 80s pressing. Yes, this one has to be an 80s pressing or late 70s. Back in the day, in many countries down here in South America, they translated everything from the stuff that came from, especially from the I think this was written in English. It was translated to Spanish. So there it is, a tape. Next, I have a CD from one of my favorite alternative bands from the 90s, from yes, late 80s or early 90s. This is one of my favorite bands. I had the chance to see them 3 times here in Chile, and every time I have seen them, they have put a great performance. The first time I saw them was opening for Faith No More during the what it was called the reunion the Faith No More had many years ago, and it also has green in the title. It's Primus and the green Noahide. This one is the previous album to their. This is the previous album to the latest. Yes, I think yeah. Because the last one is the Saturating 7. This one is the previous one. The Green Noahide. This is a really good one. So if you like Primus and you know Primus and you can stand Les Claypool voice, please give it a try and you won't be disappointed. And finally, a very old record I found back going through some stuff in my parents' house. They have outside of Santiago, and this one was a record that was given to me many years ago by mistake. Because I wanted another one, and they bought me this one as a gift. I don't know why, and I didn't want to return it to the record store or change it because I was young, I was naive, I didn't want it to upset. I think this one was bought by my mother. My mother bought it thinking it was I wanted a J Giles band, and I end up with this one, the Cat Band. As you can see, this part of the record is really a very dark green. This one is not so dark. But this one is good. When I have a listen to this in many decades, who knows? Maybe I will give it a spin and see how it sounds like. Of course, it has some damage here. This one is an Argentina president. Yes, this one is an Argentina president. As I was telling you, everything is. You know, if you can see it, everything is translated in from English to Spanish. Yes, early in the morning is the first song I remember that was really good. It's translated to I don't know if you can see, temprano en la mañana, odd things that used to happen back in the good old 80s here in South America. And finally, give some shout outs to some cool channels. First of all, I would like to give a shout out to my good friend and BC member Ron Haggerty. He has put out many channels. He has put it out, shut it down. I think he has done it once again, but he has an amazing collection and he's very knowledgeable on everything that's hard rock and heavy metal. And I think you should give him a sub. Also, I would like to give a shout out to my good friend also Todd the Violent Zombie, also a cool guy in the States, outside the States. I would like to give a shout out to some other guys here in South America. Gus69 from Brazil, Gustavo Escafuro, really cool guy, very knowledgeable. Has also a huge collection. He lives in Brazil, as I was telling you. Also, another cool guy in in Finland, Mr. Finglish with talking hats. He shows some cool stuff, and he hasn't been acting for a long time. So maybe with this little shout out, he will go back and do some other more cool stuff. And finally, my fifth shout out, I would like to give it to a really cool guy. He has a good amount of subscribers. He's really cool. He has been really supportive with me. He has sent me a lot of PCLT and also helped me to complete my DAD, a Danish band collection, studio collection, and live collection. Yeah, that's it's. His name is Kim. This is music. Kim lives in Denmark. He's a cool guy. He's very knowledgeable about everything. He shows everything from I don't know from ARR to some black death metal. He's also very much into collecting tapes. He has done some cool series of going through some demo tapes from the Danish hard rock and heavy metal scene from back in the day. He also likes Japanese bands. So please give Kim also a subs and you won't be disappointed. So, Paul, hope you like my entry. And please, I'm going to put, of course, the links to these channels down below. Congratulations on your contest. I think it's doing really good, really well. Hope to see you in the near future. This is Christian Dawkins and Taylor Chile saying goodbye till next time. See ya.